Hey, why are we here today? What's going on?
Because the Arizona-Mexico border, would you like to speak?
No.
Oh, okay. On the Arizona-Mexico border, people are, if they make it to the Arizona-Mexico border, they've made it, but there are, in 2007, I think, there were 204 dead bodies found there. Those who reach Arizona are being hunted down by the Sheriff Arpiao that many of us have heard of, who vows that he will get rid of all of the immigrants in this country, no matter what it takes, and that has meant that he has hired white supremacists to do this. And this is what we're trying to publicize. The country is getting more and more polarized over this issue, and what we need is more information. If people would ask what's happening, human rights abuses are not something that I think most people in this country would want to see happening.
Now, I interviewed him 2 weeks ago when he was here signing his book.
Who?
I interviewed Joe Arpiao 2 weeks ago when he was here. He was here for his book tour.
Who's that?
Joe Arpiao, Sheriff Joe.
He was here.
He was here?
What was he doing here?
He's got a book out. He was doing a book signing. So I had a chance to interview him. Now, in fairness, you know, I want to be fair to both sides.
Yeah.
He says he's enforcing the law. How would you
Of course he does. But you know what? But I think when the case comes up to the courts, I'm not so sure that this is legal what he's doing.
Okay.
And many lawyers, immigration lawyers and others, are not so sure either.
Okay. Now, what would you like? Okay. So, trying to phrase the question, you know, properly. So, what is he doing that you don't like, and what would you like to see him do or not do, Sheriff Joe?
He's made a vendetta of hunting down immigrants, and many of these immigrants are citizens or documented. And
so this is, to you, this is not just an issue of illegal immigration. You think he's going after legal immigrants?
He may very well be, because no questions are asked of whether they're documented or not. But even so, those people who come here are doing just what all of our ancestors did. None of us were here, except the American Indian. None of us were here. People are risking their lives. Nobody leaves their family, their culture, their friends, their support groups in order to cross a desert where 204 people died in 1 year, unless there is an urgent need. And these people are coming here because it takes up to 10 to 20 years to get that documentation to get here. I don't think any family man who is a responsible family man or woman would wait that long to try to help their family survive. And it's the fact that white supremacists have been employed to knock on these doors is very frightening.
Now, I did read that. I read that over very quickly when I first walked up. Now, do you guys have any documentation, anything to back that up?
Thanks so much, sir. You know, that example, I don't know if you got that on film, but that example.
Pardon me?
What you just saw.
Yeah.
The anti-immigrant atmosphere here in the United States enables that kind of thing. People who maybe would have listened before, whose innermost instincts say, "Oh, I hate the sight of these people. I wish they weren't here," but wouldn't say it before, wouldn't act on it before, are saying it and acting on it now, and it's frightening.
Now, Chicago, of course, is a sanctuary city, so you feel even in a place like Chicago, sanctuary city, you feel that's prevalent.
In a place like Chicago, because somebody, Representative Gutierrez is investigating it, as are others. Even though this is a sanctuary city, the police, some of the police here have begun asking people questions that were not supposed to be asked, but that the city guaranteed would not be asked, but are asking them anyway, and then turning people over to the ICE.
Now, just to ask a hard question, are you familiar with what happened to the Bologna family in San Francisco?
No.
An illegal immigrant, drug dealer, young man involved with MS-13, very bad young man, was an illegal alien, had been arrested several times, not deported. So so considering what you just said, how would you respond to that? In fact, we had a situation here, I don't know if you're familiar with the Gaina Shaden.
Was that out in...
Young black lady, very promising student, gunned down by a illegal immigrant from Africa, and he'd been arrested 28 times. So, I mean, in fairness, how would you respond to that?
I would say that people who are committing crimes need to be, if they're illegal, need to be exploited. What is it, exported?
Deported.
Deported, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. But no, not citizens who are here obeying our laws, feeding our economy by purchasing, feeding their communities, contributing to their communities. These are decent, hardworking, very spiritual people. These are not people that we need to get rid of.
Okay.
Business is arguing against this. They are losing their employees. Arizona, a lot of companies have shut down in Arizona because of Arpaio's actions. And he says he's enforcing the law. Well, he needs to ask himself, why is this law being being overlooked? What are the conditions of these people? Why can't they get documentation? There needs to be a little bit of tolerance and humanity here.
Okay.